call our meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start out with roll call. Greg?
Here.
Josh?
Here.
Larry?
Here.
Tracy? Here.
Here.
Jamie?
Here.
Ellen? Brian?
Here.
And Katie, our clerk? Here.
How do you do, Katie?
Hello. Number 2, public comments. If you wish to address the village board under public comment, please sign in before the call to order of the meeting. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. The village is not authorized by the Wisconsin Open Meetings Law to discuss, comment, or take action at the meeting on any issue raised by public comment that is not part of tonight's agenda. The village president may refer the matter to the appropriate department head and/or the village attorney for immediate comment after public comment, or staff to obtain additional information and report back to the board as appropriate. Any public comments?
You got no public.
Third time, any public comments? Public comments are over. Number 3, reports, fire department report. Good evening, Ben.
Okay, we had 21 calls for the month. Our 2025 budget was completed and submitted. 2 weeks ago, several members of our department attended WCTC EVOT class. That's for driving. We attended this class with members from the Tishigan Fire Department. We're going to be training with Test Corners Fire Department in a house they have for a live burn. We'll do that as long as we can get in there and keep training with them. I think they want to have it done before the first of the year. 2 of our members are attending motor pump operator at WCTC this fall. Our call volume continues to increase. With the higher call volume, our staff has been doing a great job responding to calls. I don't think we've ever been above 180 that I remember, and we're already at 188.
What does that mean?
That's crazy. Pardon me?
What does 180 mean?
Their
Calls
calls.
for the year.
Oh,
So, yeah, we've been running a lot of calls. Pump testing is scheduled for October 7th and 8th for our engines and tender. Fire Prevention Week is October 6th through the 12th. We'll be in the schools that week teaching with the children. We are bringing back our fish fry and open house. That will be April 11th. We're looking for sponsors, donors, and volunteer help. Any help would be greatly appreciated. So, that's all I have.
Thank you, John.
Questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Library monthly report. Carla has graciously did her wonderful event calendar as well. They are pretty busy for the month of October. Even something on Halloween, they're doing Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So if you want to watch something before you go trick-or-treating with the kids, great time to do it. Please read at your leisure. Police Department monthly report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We were fortunate, we didn't have any robberies or burglaries. We had 2 thefts, 1 battery arrest, 1 criminal damage to property arrest, and 1 disorderly conduct arrest. No juvenile arrests, 43 traffic stops, 41 citations, 2 non-traffic citations, 36 calls for service, 1 traffic accident, 5 assist fire department's calls. And we got a $500 grant from the federal government for body armor. We also assisted with the evacuation drill at Christ Lutheran School and crossed the students across 164. And that's about it. Any questions?
You said you had 2 non-sites. I'm assuming those are ordinance violations?
Correct. Municipal citations. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. President's report, I do not have anything to currently report. On to Public Works Department, monthly report. Greg, anything?
Well, we're a little behind on getting the leak bin made. We're gonna start, Dan's gonna start on Monday. All we had is one guy working. So they're gonna start on Monday, they're gonna get that leak bin made, and then the following week, plan on starting the brush pickup.
You just have Dan?
We have, right now, all we have is Joel. Dan's starting on Monday,
Okay. How many hours is Joe?
40.
How many hours does Dan plan on working?
From what Carla had told me yesterday, basically part-time, 20, 25 hours.
He's gonna give what he can, because he's got another cemetery he has to cut and a few other things, but he's gonna be a huge help.
And especially because he has a CDL, he'll be able to do plowing.
Yep.
So,
If you need till Monday, let me know, I don't make you,
Good, that would be, I think we gotta
just text me.
start thinking about getting this place a little bit straight and round. It's kind of a mess right now. So where we can get the help would be good.
and thank you, I want to thank Greg for stepping in and doing what he's been doing. It's been outstanding.
I agree.
Greatly appreciated, Gary.
No problem.
And we do have 6 candidates that we are gonna be interviewing on Monday. Report from Professional Services.
Nothing at this time.
Thank you, sir. Number 4, consideration and approval of the minutes.
You need a motion?
I'll make a motion to dispense the reading of the minutes.
Second.
I'll second everything. My name needs to be added to the going into open, or going into closed and back into open session.
The motion is second. All those in favor?
Okay.
Any opposed?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with the correction of trustee Long. I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, approval of bills. Discussion, consideration, and approval of bills in the amount of $76,715.79.
Plus, we have to add in what we approved back in September. And I will have that figure of 111,819.27 for a grand total of you said 715, right?
Yes, that was the correction we made.
715. grand total of 188,535.06.
And the prior month was 111,819.27.
Correct, that was on September 19th.
What was that for?
The 111, those were the bills in the middle of the month that we get. Correct. A lot of it too was
Residual from celebrations and
Correct.
some other things.
plus we have some payments coming up for next month, so.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the amount of $188,535.06.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? We are going to strike number 6, closed session. Because we are still waiting on some finalization from the PFC, as well as candidates are being interviewed on Monday for DPW superintendent. We will skip number 7 and strike it. Number 8, old business, consideration, discussion, and possible action on required funds for Town Line Road portion. Project started August 22nd. Bridget had emailed earlier, and originally we were told that it was gonna be roughly around $121,471.25. Per her email today, our portion is going to be $75,270.17. Because they found out they didn't have to do all the extra work on the road, which is great for all of us.
Fingers were crossed for that.
Correct. It was very good news. At first, she said it was about 89,000, so I was like, I'll take what we can get, and then she came back with this number, so. Correct. We will be taking funds out of our LGIP account for the roads to get it all paid off right away. So I'm gonna make a motion to approve paying our Town Line Road portion of $75,270.17.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. B, review and discussion and consideration for health insurance for full-time employees.
So we've been working on that, some paperwork's with the health insurance right now, waiting on some stuff from one of our employees. As soon as we get that back, things will be moving forward. The number that we had was based off of 4 full-time employees. We're sitting at 2, if we hire a full-time DPW, thank you, DPW superintendent, we'll find out if it's gonna be 3 or not. So,
Currently it's 2,
yes,
possibly 3.
possibly. Originally, we quote, what you was quoted to you was 4. So the cost on that's gonna be less. And that's all I have at this point on that.
Any other discussion? Move to table? We can just move on. I'll make a motion to approve the health insurance for the full-time employees that we had discussed at our September meeting.
We already approved it last month, we don't need to move it.
Okay. I apologize. 9, new business. A, consideration, discussion, or approval of the following operator's license. Application, all our renewals for 2024 unless noted 2025, which they are both new. The only one that I am aware of that was brought to public safety was Club Shamrock Billy Drua, which per the background check Scott had already done, everything looked great. Blue Heron, Jade Peterson,
That's done too.
okay,
No
no
problem.
issues at all?
No.
I will make a motion to approve Club Shamrock, Billy Drua, and Blue Herons, Jade Peterson for their operator's license applications. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. B, consideration, discussion, and possible action on increasing dog license fees for 2025. There was an email that was sent out previously from the clerk, it was also village clerk from Waukesha County. Is also enclosed in the packet. They are approving a $2 per day increase for 2025 for dog fees, dog license fees for the county. During finance, we did approve to add the $2 into our ordinance. However, we will have to correct our ordinance and amend it to add the dollar amount in. Does anybody have any questions or concerns?
So that's when we changed, just added the
Add $2, correct.
Okay.
If it was a bigger dollar amount, then obviously we would discuss it further, but $2, then that way we don't get back charged for it, we can pay it no later.
So when is that effective?
2025, so January. Any other discussion? I'm gonna make a motion to approve the $2 increase for dog license fees for 2025 with the amended changes to our ordinance as well.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. C, consideration, discussion, and possible action on ordinance 2024-02, Chapter 8, Traffic Code regarding ATVs. In the packet, it's highlighted in yellow. Cindy Braun spearheaded with the help of the rest of the Public Safety Committee, helping type and insert and strike other items out of the ordinance. It'll actually be ordinance 8.12 going forward. It's usage of ATVs, UTVs, and golf carts on roads that are 25 miles an hour or slower in the village. There is no no registration fee required in the village. They must be at least 16 years of age, possess a valid driver's license. We also were recommending that they take an ATV course and must prove that they have done that.
It says here on number 2C, operators of all terrain vehicles under the age of 18 must have completed a state of Wisconsin,
ATV.
so that needs to be added in.
Correct.
Where did they take that class?
The DNR posted online. There's some throughout Waukesha County.
So you want to say through the DNR?
Correct.
Will the golf cart operators be required to take that as well?
Greg, did we recall that?
We did not. I think we just had to make sure they had to
Mainly
be
for the
16.
UTVs and ATVs?
Yeah. It was just for we had to be 16 in order to operate one. So they had to have valid driver's license, I should say.
Do we have many golf carts zipping around town? I can't say I've ever seen one.
Certain
There's a few.
Really?
If you go
Lake
to-
Park's
if you go to
got a
some-
couple.
Lake Park's got a few, there's
A couple around Guthrie Estates.
Yeah.
a couple down in Windwater,
Yeah.
a couple on Cherry.
So the only thing, you know, and
20.
25 miles an hour or less.
Correct, so basically all the side streets.
Basically, all the side streets are 25 miles an hour in the village, so.
Council, where do you see, Jamie
2C would,
completed a state of Wisconsin DNR approved ATV class?
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
The one other item that I know we needed to put back in is the exceptions that the DPW, police department, fire department are allowed to use them on any other roads, especially during rumble, et cetera, especially during snow emergencies, if they can get the four-wheeler there faster, obviously, than a truck. That's also gonna get added in as well. This was sent over to the attorneys, and I know Mike and Noah had looked it over, and they stated everything looked good. There was just a few spots where we needed to finish the wording appropriately.
Mike, do we need a section for penalties?
Good question. I would say yes. Good question.
I think that needs to be added into this ordinance.
Did we kick that around at all, question about violations?
It was discussed.
But I didn't see anything in here in regards to penalties. Like chapter 8.13 for the snowmobiles,
Yeah.
we've got penalty on that in accordance with Wisconsin state statutes. Because people have to understand, they can't be using ATVs on, Highway 164.
The only thing that I know, because of the previous 818 for snow removal during snow emergencies, is the only time when you're trying to clean your curbs and your driveways, on the sidewalk, obviously.
The other question I have, Tracy, would be in regards to village sidewalks. I didn't see that. Are we gonna allow something like that or not?
The only time we are allowing it is during snow emergency for snow removal.
5B.
Bottom of page 16.
And then J above it, says that you can't drive on the sidewalk.
You want to use the same penalty type wording as they have in that section E13, paragraph 5?
Section 350 is for the snowmobiles. I believe there's a different statute for ATVs. Let me just verify that for you quick.
In the past, I thought that snowmobiles weren't allowed in the village at all.
They're not.
They are.
On the trails.
Village ordinance says they are.
Okay. Stand
I
corrected.
thought that there were no.
Yeah. Operation of snowmobiles within the village. The operation of snowmobiles within the village is allowed on trails approved by the Village of Big Bend. This includes the village park and land between Riverside Drive and the Fox River.
Riverside Drive, which is just over here.
Correct.
Okay, so
So when they,
not in the village proper.
correct, unless there's an approved snowmobile trail. Now, during a snow emergency, still in the state of Wisconsin, you can still ride during a snow emergency.
Yeah.
You can ride on the roadways as long as you're following the rules of the road.
So what are the penalties? Do we know what that is?
I'm working on that right now.
I can, is this all new?
Everything
Everything
yellow is
yellow.
new.
Okay, so I'm looking at 8.06, control of junk, stored, and abandoned vehicles.
No, we're only looking at chapters.
Yeah, I get it. I
Just
just have a
highlight it.
question on this. I thought, I never saw that before.
You don't have a highlighting like this?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
But when I saw the stored and junk vehicles, I wonder what the penalty is for that. There's issues in the village.
I think there has to be a complaint, right? Somebody has to complain about it first.
I think it's 23, Jamie, section 23.
Yeah, because 350s, all 350s is all snowmobiles. Chapter 23 is conservation.
23.33. 23.33. Yeah.
23.33. All terrain vehicles, yep. So it would be looks like statute 23.33. Because ATVs need to be registered, where golf carts don't need to be registered. So we may want to make sure that we have ATVs, UTVs must be properly registered in there and display a registration. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I won't have to go get my bond book. Does public safety want to take this back and update everything and then bring a fresh copy back? It isn't like we're pressed to get this done.
Yep, we can kick it back.
That's a good idea.
I'll make a motion to refer this back to public safety for their review and the additions and corrections that need to be made.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. There is no correspondence.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Can I ask one question before we adjourn here?
No.
Where are we at with the, Rumble situation and the money and all that kind of stuff? Our celebrations committee?
We're working on that. Some stuff came up with Warren, so it's just on pause for a little bit. But had a really good meeting with them and everything's looking good.
Good.
And probably next week, I'll be meeting with them to go over their budget for next year.
Are all the budgets pretty much in for all the departments?
We're just about done with it, except for a couple, I gotta talk to Mike about lawyer fees, and I gotta talk to celebrations, and we gotta talk to
Street signs.
not street signs. Who else do we need to talk to? Oh, the planner. And the engineer.
Assessment.
Yeah, and we're waiting on the full village assessment for 2024. So, then that has to come from our assessor. So we're pretty much on track. We should be ready to go here with hopefully within the next few weeks.
So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Have a wonderful evening.
Bottom of the fifth, the score is 0-0, and Brewers have man on first base.
Who else?
Who else?
Yeah,
I mean, we
So I mean, that goes along.
I'll keep it the same.
Yep.
Sounds good, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Craig. Good night, Take care.
You had a nice party.
Yeah, you too.
Nice people working there. Nice people working there.
Josh, do you have to shut this off?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was just gonna run to the bathroom. Oh, sorry, here, I'm gonna disturb you, thank you.